Hello, everybody. Today, following our strategy to bring more women to our conversations here. It's been a while since I last talked to a woman in our YouTube channel. Unfortunately, Anna accepted the challenge. She's in Germany right now. And we will discuss a lot about safety culture and other issues on EHS. Anna is a really graduated professional, really experienced, and brings something that I want to discuss a long ago, like safety culture and coaching and safety professionals skills. So I think you are the perfect person to talk to us a little bit about it, Anna. Thank you for accepting. And I want you to start describing a little bit about your trajectory or background. Feel free to present yourself to the South American and actually global audience.
Mhm. Thank you very much, Hugo. So, bom dia.
Bom dia.
As the first, yeah, that is Portuguese, right? Hello everyone. My name is Anna Krajewska, and I am a occupational health and safety professional with the experience of working over 25 years in occupational health and safety and environmental areas. I have been working mostly in manufacturing, but also in the project for worldwide companies as IKEA, as Whirlpool, PepsiCo, Tetra Pak, Eastman, Menarini, von Hayden, and also other companies. Now I'm mostly focusing on coaching and training the learners, the occupational health and safety professional, because now I'm working for a new HSE company. So new HSE with the big buzzword journey with care. So I will tell maybe later what that doesn't mean. And also I am a proud member of the Institute for Safety Coaching and Leadership, that I'm more focusing now on safety coaching. And as you said before, Hugo, now I'm based in Germany, in a beautiful Dresden area, which is best known for its Baroque architecture, and also Saxony, Switzerland. Yeah, so that is also a very beautiful area.
Yeah, wow. I've been many times in Germany and Switzerland, and every time I come back, I get surprised with the architecture, the food and everything. So thank you for this
Mhm.
quick presentation. And I want to start by talking about you have been leading safety culture transformations in the past. What's your experience makes the difference between a superficial initial change and an actual transformation that becomes part of the daily work?
Mhm. So the biggest lesson is that while technical risk change from chemical reactivity in pharma to high-speed machinery in packaging, the human element remains constant. In the food industry, it's about high volume and pace. In pharma, it's about extreme precision and compliance. I have learned that leading HSE in complex environment requires adaptability. So you must speak the specific language of that industry while maintaining an universal focus on proactive safety culture. So, uh, and talking about um, standardization versus local reality when you are coming to the new site or the site under the change. There is a need to uh, really be familiar with the local culture. So culture is a key word in this case.
Great. So I've been seeing the news here in Brazil that many people are migrating for uh, Europe and mainly Germany because of the lack of professionals over there. And I think I've been there as well. And I see a lot of difference between, everything, religion, food, the weather preferences and everything. So how could how could a South American person or professional uh, integrate to the and face the challenges of migrating for working in an European country?
Mhm. So that's true. So Europe actually is struggling with the lack of highly educated professional workforce. So, of course, South America is a great opportunity to get such as people. So, I'm convinced you have great technicians, great engineers, and other kind of highly professional workers. But there is a need to first, as a first, to know the local language. I know that is maybe most difficult part because actually all the languages are difficult. But if I can share my experience in Poland, so Polish people are speaking, I think, better and better English now. So that is not received as something strange. So Polish are really open for foreigners and for speaking in other languages. So that is one case. In Germany, there is a need to speak German. Yeah, that is like primary conditions. That is difficult, but the local office for immigration, that is called BAMF, offers plenty of language courses. So it is good sometimes to look in advance regarding the occupation you would like to work in Germany, for instance, and contact to this office, maybe to get some hints, maybe to get some options to learn as a first steps language online. That is also possible. So there is also a need to look which sector you can work the best. So as I know, working, living in Germany, there's a huge need for healthcare employees. So the employees for a hospital, shelters for elder people. So actually, the society is getting old. Yeah? So they need some help in all those places, but also in the school, in kindergarten. So I know the people from South America are full of energy, full of ideas, and they can influence on specifically on children with the sound, with color, with singing, with dancing. That is most important on the first step for the young man. Yeah, so that is the case. Of course, language is a crucial thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
it's
can give
crucial
an example.
everywhere. I've been in China and it was a really difficulty that I faced. That's why I started studying Mandarin, because next time I'll be speaking with them, and to make the connection, you definitely need to speak the language. But coming back to the primary issue, that is safety culture. What the most common mistakes that organizations make when trying to improve safety culture, mainly in multi-sites and high-risk operations?
Mhm. Regarding the sites with high-risk operations, so um, in major hazard environments, the stakes are catastrophic, not just individual. However, I would say that with my experience working several years and production and also in the industry, every individual is a treasure, every individual. Yeah? So it's not so easy to say, not just individual, but the truly robust leadership here is defined by chronic unease. That is ability never stay comfortable, even when things seem fine. While conventional safety often focuses on personal injuries, major hazard, leadership focuses on process safety, integrity of barriers, rigorous maintenance, and technical competence to prevent low probability, high consequence events. Yeah? So if we look on the risk assessment, we always taking under consideration the probability and the severity. So in this, those kind of environment, there is more focus on those consequences. Because if we look on events, so big catastrophe like Piper Alpha, so oil platform explosion, other fire, Grenfell Tower fire in London, also Fukushima, even Fukushima, so atomic nuclear power plant issue. So there is still a scale of catastrophe. Yeah, so really big scale. So the leadership there is focusing on prevention. Yeah, so that is a primary. And as I said, every individual is a treasure.
Great, totally agree. So, you have an experience on post-merger integration. I've been involved in many, at least 10 or more merger and M&A process, and it's always a challenge for the organization to integrate and to manage those mergers in a health and safety way. So, what's your advice for leaders that are involved in this process? How they can lead in a way that we can combine the strengths of both companies and create a unique culture and way of doing stuff?
The biggest risk is the clash of safety culture and resulting safety silence, as people worry about their job. So that is the thing that we, and of course the leader, need to have on the back of their head. Yeah, so people really struggling. They are struggling with the risk of losing their job. So during integration, standardization, management, for instance, management system like ISO 45001 is the easiest part. The challenge is aligning the values. So leader must be visible and communicate during this period very carefully and very efficiently to ensure the new safety expectations are clear and that no one cut corners to impress the management. So that is the risk. So standardization, it is a tool, is helping. But it is, again, it is a need to build in the culture. Yeah, so that is most important. And act with the open eyes and communicate. If there are changing, communicate why. Because people, and what is most important, to engage people for feedback. Sometimes it's uneasy, it's painful, but there is a really a fantastic opportunity to know what is going on. Yeah? So again, we get the feedback to engage the people and let them actively take a part in this merger. So that is also really important.
Yeah, this is totally what I've been seeing, all those processes that I've been involved. So it's not easy, but you can make it even harder if you don't act in a proper way. So yeah, I have been many experience. Fortunately, most of them were good experience, and we were able to integrate them and to create one system. But others, we struggle with some kind of one side or other trying to take the lead in a bad way, and this somehow made the whole process more slow and sometimes traumatic.
Yes, that is a difference between a leader and a manager.
Yeah.
So specifically in the past, when I have started my journey with occupational health and safety many years ago, that was a need to be really strict about the rules, about the procedures. So the managers were responsible for implementing this. But on the end, the best results, also in performance, also in effectiveness, had those that they could take the people with them. Yeah, so the leaders. So walk the talk, and also for those they can build a great followers picture. Yeah? So to follow the people. So that is I think key for success in this.
Yeah, great insights. Anna, your profile combines technical expertise with coaching and leadership approaches. How has this combination influenced in the way that leaders and managers and frontliners can act? So, what you can bring to those public? How the combination of skills that you bring influence the engagement for those population?
I would like to answer this question, but I can see that my video is frozen. So maybe I can log off and log again. What do you think? Or should we continue in this?
Yeah, let's try to stop and come back. I will stop the recording and you come back.
I will come back and we'll continue. Apologize, but some technical issues can happen. Okay, so let me leave and go again. can we go back to the last question?
Yes, let's go. So your profile combines technical expertise with coaching and leadership approach. What's
Mhm.
amazing. It's everything that we want from a safety professional. But the question is, how this combination influenced the way you engage leaders or managers or frontliners in the purpose?
Mhm. Uh, So regarding the leaders that would like to work according to occupational health and safety rules or style and they will implement the safety culture that they need to move technical auditing and learn soft skills and system thinking. So today's organization are complex adaptive systems. So safety professionals understand human factors. So of the space, the environment, they will able to work in an effective way. So they need to combine so technical expertise with coaching. So technical expertise gives the credibility, but coaching gives the influence. So in high risk sectors, you can just tell plant manager what to do. You're here to coach them to see the risk themselves. So the rule of occupational health and safety professional nowadays is not a policeman. That is the driver for change to find a way how to create the safe work environment. So my role as a coach and also as a tutor, I also need to go more from expert to facilitator. So helping teams find their own solutions, which leads to much more higher commitment. So to get the commitment from management, to get the commitment from workforce. So that is most important task, I think, for occupational health and safety now.
I'll have to make some edits in this video, but okay. Some technical issues that it happens also in the companies. We plan something, but something different happens and you need to manage. So that's what we are facing here in real life.
Exactly, that is a normal situation. Yeah,
Yeah,
so we need to have some ideas how we can behave in this situation or how we can fix that. Yeah.
yeah. So I want to ask you about the NEBOSH tutor and the ISSCF affiliate. As
Mm.
member of those two groups that are really relevant worldwide, everybody knows those two associations. You also contribute to developing people. What's amazing. I also have a mentoring program here in Brazil. I have some professionals that I'm following up on a weekly or sometimes monthly basis. What do you think safety professionals most need to learn today to remain relevant in this increasingly complex organizations environment that we are facing today?
First of all, to know the fact they need to be supported by management. So I have been learning many years before that I should be support for management. Actually, many often I did because the plant manager came to me and asked, "Oh, how we can act in this situation? What we can do?" Yes, that is also important, but nowadays the occupational health and safety professional need to have this commitment, need to get this mandate to do a change. to drive new ideas and also have a green light for that. And so they need, and again, they need to find a way how to engage the employees in occupational health and safety. And again, so when I hearing safety first, I'm sure you have heard many times before, safety first. But now is a change, safety always. So not safety. So first, so I can give you a situation that I also used in the past to be board, so weekly board member for some of the companies. And that was some agenda, some points. And my manager have used to say, okay, Anna, so what we can have from occupational health and safety, yeah, on the first, but this is not the direction we should follow nowadays. Now, safety always. So there is a need to be self-confident and know the value of our job. So our job brings a great value because we care about the people, we protect the people, and also we protecting people against, for instance, life-changing injury. So that is the term that I really like. So I have spoken with some of my learners before, and those person has told me about a situation that young man about 23 years has been electrocuted and suffer from the burns of the result of electrocution. And I have told this person, please think how the life will change for this person, for his family, perhaps for his fiancé, his wife. That is really a big issue. So all we do is to prevent against. So not thinking about how we should follow the investigation after this incident, or how we can follow the KPIs. That is really important to change the thinking. So first of all, how to prevent those situations. So I can advise that. So that is like a mindset that we should bring to our companies more.
Great. Anna, time flies, so I'll make you the final question before we go to the wrap up. Uh, but I think this is something that we cannot miss. When you think as a safety coach and a developing people, when you think about leadership in uh, occupational health and safety, of course, today, what skills and capabilities are becoming more important than they used to be in the past, like 10, 15, 20 years ago?
Mhm. And that is so I can compare the situation like 20 years ago, that was a big focus on compliance. To be compliant with specifically, of course, local legal legislation, and also in Europe with European Union directives. So sometimes with ISO, so the compliance, but you can be compliant and have a fatality. So that is really important to develop the leading KPIs, leading indicators. So what really prevents against the incidents? We need to have more and more information what is going on the floor. So to get as much knowledge as we can. So go to shop floor, look how the operators are working, and talk to the people, get the feedback from them. Organize a small Kaizen events, for instance, to get this information, to empower the people to shape their own safety and to create the environment, not just to get the great KPIs, but to create the environment that the people care about the other. And if that is going on, because in some companies, even if you go to the shop floor, so the operators will tell you, please be careful. Yeah? So please look, remind the God. Yes, there is a machinery. There are the forklifts are going there. You need to follow the rule. You need to wear your safety equipment and so on. So that is the difference. So to create the environment when the people will care about the other.
Great.
Mm.
Thank you so much for your time. I think it's a really insightful conversation. Pretty sure that everybody's gonna enjoy it. It's a totally different view from what we've been talking here, and what's important to have more holistic view on other sides and other cultures. Is there something that you want to say before we finish? So if where people can find you, what are the training that you are providing? So it's marketing time.
Mm. Okay, so what I would like to say is that in a new HSE company, we care about the people. So there is a journey with it is our buzzword. So journey with care. So we care about the learners. So not only regulation, not only procedures, not only, of course, that is also talk about, because we need to know that. But there is a direction. It's talking like human to human. Yeah? So I can recommend. So if you are looking for the opportunity to get the international NEBOSH certificate, so it is also possible, because that is also an offer of online trainings. Yeah?
Right.
So if you are interested, you are highly warmly welcome. And regarding the ISL, so Institute for Safety Coaching and Leadership, that is an organization that you can become also a member of those. That is developing, and that is the future, our future as an occupational health and safety professional. But not only, that is opportunity for the managers, for the leaders, for the supervisors that need to answer themselves how to behave in everyday, let's say, very challenging life at the workplace.
Really great. Thank you, Anna. See you soon. Guys,
See
a
you.
lot of
Thank you.
relevant hints that Anna gave you, so check out in the site and see you guys
Mm.
soon.
Thank you. Bye.